One metro county that was battered during the floods is still waiting to hear if it will receive federal assistance. FEMA officials toured Gwinnett County today to assess the damage there, and Channel 2's Manuel Bojorquez was with them. He's live with the latest now in Lilburn. Manny.
Well, John, I just spoke with a county official who says still to this minute they're waiting to hear from FEMA as to whether Gwinnett County will be added to that federal disaster list. Susan Hillis, who lives here where there is still all this standing water, says for the sake of her family and many others here, she hopes it will be added. We went along with officials from the federal and Georgia emergency management agencies.
But this is basically the guy's house that we were telling you about.
As they looked at the damage in Gwinnett County.
I'm Susan Hillis. We live here.
Susan, it's how Mark Naveau from FEMA met Susan Hillis of Lilburn. She lives here with her husband and 10 children. 8 of them are adopted from Russia.
They've lost their home once to be removed from a home and taken to an orphanage. They now have a family and had a home. Now they've lost their home again.
She walked us through the home, which at one point was 15 feet underwater. Friends are helping out, but no one has enough room for the whole family.
Because we're dispersed, I think it's beginning to feel to them like they are losing their family again. So we really need to be together.
She says they need assistance to get through this as a family, even though flood insurance will cover some of the damage. What would you say to people who are at this point are wondering if they're going to get that help?
Just be patient with us. We know it's a difficult time for them. We're working as quickly as we can. We're working in partnership with their neighbors to try and get the information we need to hopefully get them the help they need.
4 days after the flood, and you can see how much standing water is still left in the backyard of the Hillis family home. So with the help of one of her sons, Alex, they keep cleaning, hoping the entire family will be together under one roof soon. And we will, of course, let you know as soon as FEMA does make a decision about Gwinnett County. In the meantime, if you would like to help the Hillis family, friends have set up a website for them, and you can find a link on our website, WSBTV.com. Reporting live from Gwinnett County, I'm Manuel Bojorquez, Channel 2 Action News.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 6 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Flood victims are finally starting the process of getting the help they need to rebuild their lives. And for most, it's not a moment too soon.
Yeah, at night, I cry. I cry myself to sleep at night.
Meanwhile, it's the last thing flood victims need. There's more rain for some right now, and even more heading this way this weekend. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jovita Moore in for Monica Pearson.
And I'm John Pruitt here. Now the latest. 8 Georgia counties now officially considered federal disaster areas. The government added Chattooga, Stevens, and Walker counties to the list today.
Water experts are now calling the flood of 2009 epic.
Vice President Joe Biden got a first-hand look at the damage today. He told victims help is on the way, but it's going to take time. Channel 2's Justin Farmer live in Cobb County, where federal emergency officials set up camp today to begin the process of federal assistance. Justin.
Hi there, John, and let me show you what's happening tonight here. So people are sitting in line. You've got people who have made it past the sitting point. They're now standing in line, waiting to get in there, talk to FEMA officials, start the application process, a process that, depending on your case, could involve you getting money or housing assistance.
The firefighter carried my son out to a drier level, and I tried to grab a few things.
The stories are heartbreaking and numerous.
My son said to me, "Mom, I don't have them toys no more, do I?" I was like, "No, we don't, baby." I said, "But we have our lives. We have a vehicle to get around."
Angela Lawnberg and Jamie Crockett are among the hundreds here today whose homes are damaged or gone. The fatigue on their faces is painful to witness.
I'm very tired. We've been working in the house, pulling up the carpet, and I'm very tired.
But by filling out an application and answering questions, they are on their way to getting at least some money for a new place and new transportation.
This disaster assistance is not going to restore you to your pre-disaster condition, unfortunately. What this aid is attempting to do is to get you on your feet, get you on the path to recovery.
How are you doing then?
Once an application is filled out in approximately 5 to 15 days, a FEMA official will inspect your home and determine on a case-by-case basis what direct money or low-interest loan amounts will be made available. The services here also include information on apartments, hotels, food stamps, and reimbursement for costs incurred since the flood.
It will speed up the process. If you come in person, it will speed it up.
For many, it can't come quickly enough.
Yeah, at night, I cry. I cry myself to sleep at night because it's just tough. Yeah, I can't break down in front of them. Yeah.
By the time you get here, you're getting closer to talking to a FEMA official, the people in there in red shirts. This center will be open until 7 o'clock tonight. There's another center just like this one on Main Street in Woodstock. Go to our website, WSBTV.com. We have a whole special section now with all the helpful websites, including the website where you can fill out the application ahead of time for a center like this. In Austell, Justin Farmer, Channel 2 Action News.
Justin, thank you. Now, if you're a flood victim in one of the federal disaster areas, you can call FEMA for more information on getting help. And here's the phone number, 1-800-621-3362. Or if you have a computer service and you can go online, you can register online at FEMA.gov.
Vice President Joe Biden came to Metro Atlanta to offer help and reassurance to flood victims who lost everything. Channel 2's Lori Geary continues our live Team 2 coverage from Cobb County, where Mr. Biden met with families seeking shelter at the Cobb Civic Center. Lori?
Well, Jovita, there are close to some 200 folks here who have no choice heading into the weekend but to stay here. Now, Vice President Joe Biden told many of them personally that the federal government will help in any way possible. If you take a look behind me, you can see that FEMA is here to help these folks fill out the necessary paperwork in person.
For someone who's lost their home, it is Katrina. For someone who is in a situation, the people here in this shelter, it is Katrina.
Vice President Joe Biden promised help and offered comfort to some of the Metro Atlantans who lost everything and are calling the Cobb Civic Center home for now.
This is not going to happen overnight. This is not going to happen tomorrow, but it will happen.
The Vice President surveyed some of the devastation by helicopter, along with the Secretary of Homeland Security and the FEMA director, who answered to critics that the presidential declaration came 2 days too late.
First, FEMA's not the team. We're part of the team. A lot of people said, well, why wasn't FEMA doing all this stuff? I said, we were supporting the governor's team.
Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle was standing in for Governor Sonny Perdue, who was in Panama on an economic development trip. The labels of Republican and Democrat meant little to the storm victims today. Both sides offered praise to the Obama administration.
And I will have to say this administration responded in a very magnificent way and in a very quick way.
But I just wanted to say how grateful we are to the President of the United States for moving quickly to sign the National Disaster Declaration that enables us to get federal dollars.
But now, a couple days later, sun's shining. Everybody else's life is coming back to normal who wasn't affected. And you're sitting there and all of a sudden the reality is sunk in. Well, that's why we're here.
The Homeland Security Secretary said FEMA crews will be on the ground in Georgia over the next few weeks. She said over the weekend you can expect more counties to be added to the president's emergency declaration. Reporting live from Cobb County, Lori Geary, Channel 2 Action News.
Richard, thank you. We were with FEMA officials this afternoon as they toured the damage in Gwinnett County. Several neighborhoods there sustained major damage from flooding near Sweetwater Creek and the Yellow River, but the county has not yet been added to the federal disaster list. Channel 2's Manuel Bojorquez live in Lilburn.
Well, John, this home right here was one stop on the FEMA tour. The woman who lives here, Susan Willis, with her husband and 10 children, urged FEMA to add Gwinnett County to the federal disaster list. If you take a look over there, you can still see there's all that standing water around their home. And wait until you see the inside.
It's 13 feet from the ground up to the ceiling, and then plus 2 is 15 feet.
That's how high the water was at Susan Hillis's Lilburn home, the home she shares with her husband and 10 children. 8 are adopted from Russia.
They've lost their home once to be removed from a home and taken to an orphanage. They now have a family and had a home. Now they've lost their home again.
FEMA officials stopped by her home today as they surveyed the damage across Gwinnett County. Susan Hill has told them right now she just wants some kind of assistance to help get the family under one roof. Friends are helping with the kids, but no one has room for all of them.
Because we're dispersed, I think it's beginning to feel to them like they are losing their family again. So we really need to be together.
It's kind of tough because everyone's separate.
One of her sons, Alex, is trying to help clean. His bedroom was completely submerged. What would you say to people who are at this point are wondering if they're going to get that help?
Just be patient with us. We know it's a difficult time for them. We're working as quickly as we can. We're working in partnership with their neighbors to try and get the information we need to hopefully get them the help they need.
But this is basically the guy's house that we were telling you about.
And it's not just the Hillis family. Gwinnett County officials estimate nearly 300 homes have some type of damage. And a county official said he would let me know as soon as they got word from FEMA about whether or not Gwinnett will be added to that federal disaster list, but so far still no word. If you would like to help the Hillis family, Friends have established a website, and you can find a link on our website, WSBTV.com. We're live in Gwinnett County. I'm Manuel Bajorquez, Channel 2 Action News.